Lady, come up, please. I call him hero. 5 souls call him father. 1 lady calls him husband. Many people call him friend, you know? I just call him hero. Why hero? So you ask. Not many earn that name. Just let me take you back. So many years ago, when his family was under attack by an evil enemy foe, this man did not cower and give in to a greater power. He gathered his children and his spouse and left their broken house. They traveled by night to avoid the guns that would take every life for sure. His daughters, his wife, his young sons, great hardships they would endure. Soldiers, bullets, bombs all around, people dead on every ground. They traveled light and made no sound. Many miles, many days, until they found the Thailand border safety now. All beyond exhausted, but somehow, except for one, they are now safe to live a life in another place. He knows the Lord has spread his grace. As he bends his knees to kiss the ground, for what has happened is surely profound. When others were tortured, shot, and killed, Narak led his family to safety in a way that's beyond just bravo. That's why I call him hero. The Lord has called the hero here today to heaven's holy place. For eternity, his soul will stay, bask in our Lord's holy grace. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Right now, that I want to do something from what about my dad.
So her name's Sina, and she's the oldest daughter, and she's a little bit emotional right now, so she asked us to come and kind of support her a little bit. She can't seem to stop crying because her and my dad, they were best friends. And it's very, very hard for her to lose him today.
Những some often, some like often, ông con today, that woman mean, mom on the cockney, Barry and Cheryl, like in Florida, they like to do from Florida, they live here with my dad. I'm pretty sure he's extremely, extremely happy to have your presence here. From first time, I'm not going to takeมันก็ต้องมีลูกปูมันก็ต้องเอาโจรน้องคือสายวันยงเด็กๆสุดยอดจุนนาจุดจงเลยก็ยงยังมาเด็กมันยังมาอะไรเราบอกว่ายังจ มาหาแสงสมองพวกยมยังไม่รู้สึกอะไรเอาปกมาผิดนะเอาปกมาเพียงเนี่ยจะทุ่มเทให้แบบนี้จะกระบอกปกยมปกเป็นกระดาษเป็นโถสารโถสัจโถเมตตาที่มันเกิดผมสมัยทำเพื่อสร้างตัวไปผมในวันแต่งงานกันเราเราผมอันนี้เราไปคนชาวไทยนะเราผมเพื่อไอ้เราพูดเพื่อการเป็นอ่อนเป็นการเลยว่ามันอ่อน I have so much more to say but that's all คนนักป้องกันวันนี้ได้แก่ยังไงสมทักคนใช่หรือเปล่าป้องกันมาพูด forever and ever and ever and ever คนป้องกัน
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sloti, and I am the oldest daughter of their in-laws. And when Sina and my brother, when they met, and we met the family, we were just immediately clicked. And we became a blended family. And I just lost my mom recently, just early this year. And my mom, every day, at least once a day, she spoke to Boo. Boo is what I call him. It just means uncle. And I have the fondest memories of him. He's so kind. I remember meeting him the first time. He was just the kindest, sweetest person I've ever met.
He's definitely one of a kind.
Yes. Yes. And so there are 5 kids in their family, 5 kids in our family. And Sina is the oldest, and I'm the oldest. And my mom spoke to him every day, at least once a day. And I don't know what they spoke about, and my mom she lost her kidney, so her health was really bad, just like Boo. And toward the end there, they just became just best friends. And before my mom passed, I told her, I said, Mom, when you go before me, build us a big house so we can all live together. So she went before us. And I'm thinking that she's up there with Boo, sitting on the front porch, drinking sweet tea, and just have a good old time. And I'm hoping that's what they're doing right now. And I don't like for us to be sad. I mean, we miss him, but we saw how they were suffering toward the end. So when my mom passed, I felt comfort in knowing that she's not suffering anymore. And I'm hoping, to the Sisavai family, please find peace knowing that he's not suffering anymore. And I love you all. And be at peace. We will miss him forever. And he will ever, forever be in our heart. Yes, we love you, Boo. Is there anybody else that would like to come? So this is Ethan. He is the first grandson of the family.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to first start by saying, I'm confident that if I had the chance to meet with every single person on this narrative, no one would come close to the selflessness, bravery, and strength that my grandpa had. He was definitely the kind of man you only meet once in a lifetime. And as his first grandson, I'm sorry to break it to my cousins, but he definitely gave me 200% more of his love. He drove me everywhere, bought me everything he could, and supported me throughout every part of my life. Always putting me first, without ever asking for anything in return. And I know in his last few months with us, all we wanted for him was for him to be at peace. And in the best way possible. I hope he finds that, truly, he finds that peace now for eternity. And also, today looking around this room, I'm just grateful that everyone here got a chance to share and experience his love, the one and a true man, my grandpa. My grandfather was one of the kind. He was selfless. He showed love to the world. And he always put a lot. He always put people in front of himself. He always made sure that I was full of love. And I was taken care of. Every day, I'm so excited because I remember that I would always go to my cousin's house and I hated seeing him. And I would cry for him to come back. Every time he would come back because he knew that I hated him and he hated me. And I was trying to explain. Not having a legacy birthdays with a full set of teeth. And eating anything I could, he's not in pain anymore. And I still wish that he could take me.
Hi, my name is Morgan. I'm Dustin's first granddaughter, and I wanted to share my favorite memory I have with him. It was when my cousin Katie and I were filming him pronounce words in English, and he would say them back in a silly accent, and that made us laugh. Well, he'd ask my words, and we didn't know what he meant, and it would sound silly to him, and he would laugh. Even though there was a language barrier between us, I always told myself this unconditional love that will stay with me forever.
So this is Andrew, he's my brother.
You can't tell. Gypsy Aknia, thank you everybody for coming out and celebrating the life of Tata, is what we call him, but I'm my sister's wife. Today, I stand here with a heart full of gratitude and share some of my most cherished memories with Tata. While some people dream of visiting places, we had the good fortune of making it happen. He was the kind of person you want by your side on any journeys, open-minded, curious, always ready to embrace new adventure. Together, we traveled far and wide, explored the ancient ruin of Angkor Wat, and visit his small, humble home where it all started. Then we sailed to the warm water Caribbean. We drove along, stunning coastal Route 1 in California, where the ocean seems to stretch forever. We venture into Canada, camp in the crisp autumn air of Maine, surrounded by tree, dress, and fiery colors. In our journeys in Key West, where we dug our toes into the soft warm sand. Along the way, we saw breathtaking sights and tasted foods from every corner of our travels. He had a special love for wandering through farmers market and browsing antique shops, finding joy not in just what he discovered, but experiences of exploring itself. Due to his friendly nature and wide smile with a slight gap in his teeth, he made many friends. He showed me what a kind human should be like. These moments were not just trips. These were the time I am proud to be his son-in-law. But in his heart, he always considered me as one of his sons. He always called me Goltan, and not by my American name, Andrew. Though our path has parted, I know that one day we will meet again. And when that day comes, we will pick up where we left off, ready for more adventures, more laughters, and more memories to treasure.
Good. Thank you guys for all being here. This is definitely not a goodbye. This is the celebration of his life, his legacy. He was a loving, devoted husband, father. To be quite honest, he's like my hero. So, I want to tell him that it's definitely not goodbye till we see him again. You'll love me from the bottom of my heart. So thank you guys for all making me wait to celebrate his life.
Hello, I'm Casey. I'm this amazing man's daughter-in-law, but I always called him Bo. Bo was kind, strong, loving, but most of all, truly selfless. He always wanted everyone to be happy and loved spoiling his grandkids, even if that meant pulling them out of timeout when we weren't looking. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing father-in-law for literally half of my life, 22 years. He would always call me his daughter. I can honestly say that I don't have one bad memory of both. And I find an emptiness in my heart. But we'll find comfort in all the happy, silly, and fun-filled memories. We miss him so much already, and I pray that he is watching over all of us. May both rest in peace.
Semua berguna dengan jurnal cakap kayak semua berguna semua berguna apa dengan itu orang tinggal tahu dia ni semua tidak ada sebut orang juga orang ni semua jadi lebih baik jadi apa ông chỉ biết ông một tiền là cho mình đó ông trả đâu còn hơn thế sao chết đâu đây đâu lo Sumapang bulan Israel, yun kan ko ka. Ang bilang pa mga tambi ang sa mula ang panudalo niya nila ang ke jam-jam suasana dulu sa karena apa pun bukan tema nila ang sa ang kontrol hanya cek Lord badan dan pun baik kasi utray bagal to nang jan to ho misal tray sa na kapag to na yung babae na saซึ่งยืนมาโอ้โหอยู่ไปเพื่อบ้านเธอหรือว่าจะยืนมาไหมมาบอกว่าอะไรยืนมาบอกว่าอย่าบอกว่าเราใช้อะไรนั่นก็จะเราสบายยืนดีนั่นได้มาเราจะยอมรับสิ่งอย่างมีข้อมูลเราสิ่งไหนก็เราคงจะเอาเรื่องต้นทุนเดินเราใช้ทำให้การทำyang kita lakukan saat nanti pun kalau kita try mengenal tim atau kantor berjalan semua bekerja sama dengan orang keluarga. Nila awal setelah dahulu dengan jam berjalan mengatakan jam tadi kita nama contoh nama tim lawan pembukaan teman tersentuh dengan dia tanah. Nila hai korban jaga terkesnya mana apa kontrolnya dapat dilakukan awal setelah kebaca dapat selesai awal kontrol awal kemudian betul dilakukan awal semua betul semua jalan yang bersikap awal bahwa dengan bagi orang orang bahwa ini betul suara dengan nilai mama dengan betul semua mungkin sukses dengan tujuannya semua mungkin kalau tujuannya sukses tujuannya dan apa pun depan itu kita orang berjalan bawa orang tu apa jika kali itu waktu itu berbuka baik sukses dan terima sukses di awal dan terima kasih kata tujuan dan apa pun
There are things in life that we don't know. One thing I didn't know when I was going to talk today, I had no plan on doing that, so I'm as surprised as you are. But I felt this push out there. I just want to say, when Casey introduced us to Danny, you knew that their life was full of possibilities. And there would be surprises along the way. One of the surprises for us was that we were embraced by this loving Cambodian family. We knew nothing about the culture, and we were never friends. We were instantly family. And they received us into their heart. And they said, oh, you need to wear the white because you're immediate family. And that touched my heart. Naram probably was one of the kindest human beings I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And there's a profound sadness that many of us won't feel. But we feel it because he meant something to us. So find comfort and peace inside that profound sadness. And it's not forever, it's just for now. We will see Namak again.
Asesnya untuk di kapal ini Thank you for family ដែលអរគុណដែលក្រុមគ្រួសារកូនចៅបានចែកចាយពីបន្តល្អសម្រាប់លោកគ្រូហើយខ្ញុំមានប្រហែលពី3នាទីទៀតបើសិនជាមានមិត្តសម្លាញ់កក់ដែលចង់និយាយសូមជឿឡើងសូមគោរពនឹងខាងផលវត្តនឹងហើយបងខ្ញុំមិនមែនជាគ្រូសាស្ត្រមែនតែយើងជាគ្រូសាស្ត្រក្នុងប្រអប់សេរីមែនមកនេះអ្នកណាដែលជាព្រះយេស៊ូវគ្រីស្ទអ្នកនោះគ្រូសាស្ត្រតែមួយសូមសំសានចិត្តបងប្អូននេះខ្ញុំគ្រាន់តែរំលឹកយ៉ាងខ្លីៗត្រង់ផលលក្ខគាត់ជាមនុស្សដែលចូលចិត្តស្គីពិតសច្ចធម៌គ្រប់បែបយ៉ាងពេលដែលគេមករៀននៅផ្ទះម្ដងគាត់ចាំសួរដេញដោលអំពីព្រះអង្គចាស់ហើយយ៉ាងម៉េចគឺជាការល្អមែនទេ I just want to share quickly the quality of your husband, your grandfather, or whoever. He's a great man of God. He kind of trailblazer for us. I shared history. Several hundred died as climber on Mount Everest. You know the reason why? Why they died? They got lost. Correct? They don't know the way to climb up the apex, the summit. But this is a real story. In order to climb the Mount Everest, you must find what we call the Sherpa, the guy who knows the way up there, so you will survive. That's a real story. This will apply to our daily life. You try to, if you get lost, and you find GPS, right? Correct? It stands for global plan of position. So in the Christian belief is a God plan of salvation. But Honra, he is our Sherpa. ទ្រង់ផនរៈទ្រង់បានត្រួសត្រាយជីវិតយើងរួចហើយគាត់អត់ឈ្នះអស់ទាំងសេចក្តីឈឺចាប់ទោះបីបងកូនចៅទាំងអស់គ្នាគិតនៅនគរថាសួរទ្រង់សន្យានឹងជួយទឹកនៃដូច្នេះមានផ្លូវតែមួយ If you want to see him again on the condition